Hey everybody, today I'm doing paper mache and I'm so excited because I haven't done paper mache in forever. So I looked online how to do paper mache, so I'll link the article below so you can get a more in-depth how to. And this is really fun because you probably already have the stuff that you need to use paper or to make paper mache inside your house. Basically you need flour, water, and salt for the mixture, the glue mixture, and then you need these already cut newspaper strips that you'll be tearing yourself. So remember to tear them, not cut them, because cutting them leaves sharp edges that can lift off a lot easier than if they're torn, because when they're torn they have these kind of little hair-like things sticking out that allow the strip to adhere to the structure that your paper mache a lot easier. And then you will need your structure that you'll be putting the strips on to create whatever it is that you want to create, of course. I'm going to be making eggs, so all I need is this round kind of a shape, and so I figured balloon would work just fine. When making the mixture, you can use the recipe that I put down below, or you could do half and half, or you could kind of just experiment with the consistency, which should end up being like a pasty, um, almost liquidy type of consistency. And the salt is actually just to prevent mold, because when something is wet there's a chance that it can get moldy, so the salt is great for that. Um, so anyways, I'm just going to get started because this shouldn't be too hard. Cameraman's not here, so I'm doing this by myself. I'm kind of lone wolfing my project. Sorry if I look a mess, but you know, it's a home project, so I might as well look, you know, look at this. That's why I don't look dressed up or anything. I'm just a mess right now. So I paper mache'd my eggs, and you guys saw me do that step, and I added a couple more layers until I felt like it was a nice thickness and a certain hardness, so that it could feel like it wouldn't break too easily, but it wasn't heavy at all or anything either. So anyways, what you saw right now is that all my eggs are white, and that's because I put this little instant drying lacquer on it, and I have no idea what this is, but my mom said to use it, so I figure it's for, it says ultra hard surface and gloss. So that sounds good. It sounds like something I would want to put on my paper mache to give it some extra protection. Also, it's white, so I figured that'd be a nice base to use before I actually paint my eggs, so I can get rid of all the newspaper colors, just in case my paint wouldn't be able to cover that on its own. Now it's a white surface, and it should be able to have a better take with my paint, so to say. I don't even know if I said that correctly. So there are my little eggs. They're so cute. I feel like a mother just taking care of my eggs because I've like created them and everything. So yeah, I can't wait to do the painting. And so I figure any spray paint would work if you don't have lacquer, because spray paint is probably going to dry hard, and I also suggest using a white color so you have a nice base for your paint. Anyways, that's all I have to say. So say hi to my cat. She's like half falling asleep. But yeah, so I can't wait to the next step, which is paint. Hello everybody, so I did not record myself painting my eggs, even though I was really super excited to do that. I just really wanted to get them done. I was in a hurry, and so I finished them, and I'll just tell you how I got each design for each individual egg. And first, you notice I've covered up the top now. Basically, I just grabbed onto the top of the balloon piece that was still poking out. I poked a little hole in it, let it slowly deflate so it could detach itself from around the edge because it's still stuck to the paper mache, at least mine was, and then I gently just pulled it out once it deflated. So I covered the top with some tape, and the reason mine looks kind of messy on top is because the first tape I used was not the right kind of tape. I think I was supposed to be using masking tape because it sticks a lot more flat and better, and I think I used duct tape. So don't make that mistake. So I had to use a lot more tape to cover up the duct tape because I couldn't peel it off because I'd ruin the whole thing. But with a little bit more lacquer and some paint, you can hardly tell that there's a hole there. So I fixed that up, and basically the book describes Daenerys' eggs as one a cream color, one a black, and one a green. And each one has their own special design. The black one's described to have like red swirls, but I didn't want to do like cheesy like corkscrew swirls. So I just got a sponge and I dabbed it all over with metallic red paint because I figured matte red paint would just blend in with the black and you wouldn't be able to tell that it's there. So I chose a metallic red paint instead. All of it's acrylic paint that I got at Joann's. And what I did was I made it kind of sparse in some places, and then I dabbed it really hard to get it kind of more prominent in other places. And with the cream color, what I initially wanted to do was get like a light coating of like gold all over it because it's described as cream and gold. And so again, I chose a metallic gold, of course. I think that's all gold comes in, is in metallic. But yeah, it ended up looking like the red one too much. So what I did was I splattered some paint like I did with this. So it's like a mix of this egg and the black egg onto this egg. And basically I did the sponging on this, and then I got a, well, I don't have it right now, but let's say it was like a toothbrush. And I know this isn't a toothbrush, but I could show you what I did with this. Was I wet it with water, and then I put it in the gold paint, and then I just made this motion, and I covered the entire egg with a little bit of the gold paint. And the green egg is described as green and bronze. However, those acrylic paints in metallic colors were so expensive, so I just decided to use gold. I figured you wouldn't even notice. And again, I did the same thing. I got an old toothbrush, and I just went like this with the paint and a little bit of water all over, and I got this, you know, speckled effect and that's kind of what Daenerys' egg is described as, is green with flecked with bronze. So I actually like the green one the best. It was so weird because when I was painting this one, it looked the ugliest. First of all, it's kind of misshapen when compared to the other eggs, and also just when I was painting it green, like you could see like the streaks of paint, and it did not look good. I was like, this is going to be the ugliest egg ever, yet I think it's the best one out of all of them. So you never know, you might surprise yourself. These are all my eggs, and yeah, that's how I got them. So have fun painting. You don't have to do the same designs that I did. That's just to show you what I did if you want the similar designs. However, you could just read the passage in Game of Thrones where it describes her eggs, and it's when she first gets them and Aurelio hands them over to her, she describes the egg patterns. And so you can go off of that and create your own patterns. I am not good at painting. I've never really painted before, so I try to do the most simplest things, which was just getting an old sponge and sponging it, and then getting a toothbrush and just flicking the paint on it. However, I don't have those items with me, so I had to improvise. Anyways, that's how I did them. So hopefully you guys got enough of an idea. I'm sorry I didn't record everything, but if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll be glad to answer them. So thank you for your time. Bye.